Collective. The Bible's definition of sin has been very much misrepresented. The actual definition of sin means falling short of what and who God is, according to the Bible. The Christianity of these last days delivers a false message that sin is about our actions. And our actions are actually a byproduct of sin that are directly connected to a state of imperfection that we are in. Confession of sin is not about talking about what we have done. Confession of sin is about an acknowledgement of our shortfallings, of the fact that we fall short of the Almighty. The actual message of Christ is not that we strive for perfection. The actual message is that God is perfect, and we, through grace, are able to participate in that perfection. We are redeemed based on the grace extended from the only one able to extend it. Today's Christianity boasts in arrogance in its connection to Christ rather than operating in the humility that comes with the understanding that we are under grace. That understanding that we are under grace is what was produced by Paul when he pretty much exclaimed that he was the worst sinner of all. And the reason he had that attitude was because he understood the impossibility of being anywhere near who God is, or being anywhere near holiness. It's not even a question of being as righteous or being as holy. It's a question of being righteous at all or being holy at all. And he understood that our holiness was a positional holiness that is granted to us through grace. Today's Christianity worships the Bible instead of worshiping the spirit behind the Bible. They operate in works and ritual rather than in the grace extended by, according to the Bible, the sacrifice of Christ. According to the Bible, Jesus' last words on the cross were not that of vengeance or retribution, but words of forgiveness. This church of these last days kind of demands vengeance. They kind of demand that those who don't believe what they believe or act as they act, or ways that are unacceptable to them, be doomed to hell, be doomed to an eternal condemnation in hell. And they even, it's unbelievable when you see them. They even get a kind of pleasure out of the prospect of someone being doomed eternally, and they get some kind of relief or consolation out of the prospect of someone kind of getting their due. The entire ideal of someone being held accountable to the tune of eternal suffering seems to be appealing to them. The Christianity in the Bible that I read is an intense concern, an intense compassion for those who may be lost. There is little, if any, And I say little because I haven't, experienced all the Christians on the planet, but the Christians that I have encountered seem to have no deep concern or compassion for the lost. They seem to be reveling in the fact that they're saved and I have mine. So, too bad for you, buddy, if you don't have yours. See, you wouldn't want to be you. That is not the attitude of Christ. And that is not the attitude of any of the disciples that I see in the Bible anywhere. That's something totally different. It's a totally different spirit. For those of you folks out there that can actually hear what I'm saying, the confession of Christ and the understanding of the sacrifice of Christ and the understanding of the holiness of God, and that in comparison to who we are is what sin is. Sin is a state of not being holy, not being perfect, not of falling short. That's what sin means. And the message that Christ is bringing is that falling short, that not being holy is covered by Christ. That's the work is over. This stuff that they're doing in this church, trying to trap you into trying to fix this or trying to make this better or trying not to do this or trying to do that, that is going to produce the opposite. And what it's also going to do is having you hiding things that need to be out in the open. This Christianity of the last days is not designed to free you. It is designed to ensnare you. It is designed to trap you in a lie. So let's stop operating in this point of view or this paradigm that sin is about the things we do and start operating in the grace and the freedom of Christ.